Welcome to the island of Adak. Known as the birthplace of the winds, Adak is set in the far reaches of Alaska's Aleutian Chain, one of the world's most breathtaking yet unforgiving regions. The island has been a home to the Aleut people for thousands of years. When World War II broke out in the Pacific, the island was changed forever. Adak's protected bay, dense cloud cover, and large, relatively flat sections made it a prime choice for a military installation to oust the Japanese, who had captured and occupied the Alaskan islands of Attu and Kiska. At the end of the war, Adak found another military purpose, keeping a close watch on its Russian neighbors to the north during the Cold War. With over 60 years of military history, it's no surprise that unexploded ordnance, also known as UXO, remain a concern with its multitude of weapons, training ranges, as well as inadequate disposal of excess munitions during World War II. While you're on the island, please exercise caution and review the Unexploded Ordnance Awareness video, as well as posters, brochures, and other materials made available at the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service office. Although unexploded ordnance may be present anywhere on the island, you should note that an area known as Parcel 4 has not been cleared for UXO and is hazardous. Today, Parcel 4 is still an active military reservation that is clearly identified on the hiking trail map, as well as being surrounded by prominent, highly visible signs. Please understand that unauthorized access to this region is strictly prohibited. During your travels on the island, if you happen to find any suspicious item that you may consider to be an unexploded ordnance, please contact the local law enforcement official in person or by dialing 911 and the Navy at 1-866-239-1219 from any phone, and provide as much information as possible regarding the location, size, shape, and type of item found. Please do not touch, remove, or disturb the item from the location that you found it. The byproducts of a military installation are not merely weapons or explosives. You should be aware that you may come across many different kinds of hazards, such as former petroleum spill sites, chemical or solvent storage areas, as well as closed landfills where asbestos and other materials may have been disposed. The information regarding these potentially hazardous areas is given because the Navy and property owners on Adak are committed to the protection of both human health and the environment. If you plan to go camping, hunting, fishing, or just exploring around the beautiful island of Adak, please pay careful attention, as it is possible that you may encounter one of these hazardous sites. For example, Roberts Landfill, a solid waste disposal site located just southwest of the city, is a fenced area that is clearly marked as containing hazardous materials, including asbestos and other contaminants, and is strictly off limits. Other examples include the White Alice Communications Site, located on a hill just west of the city, which is known to contain PCBs, a hazardous material. The former Loran Station, located on the north side of the island, is also a hazardous site with its unstable structures that have been deemed highly unsafe. These are just a few of the hazardous sites that are located in the rural parts of the island. For your safety, all of these sites are clearly marked with signs and may also be fenced off. It's also important to keep in mind that since Adak is rich with Aleut culture and history, all historic and archaeological sites are fully protected under federal law. Please remember not to disturb any of these sites. Further materials on hazards that are located on the rural parts of the island can be found in the Awareness and Education Program, located in the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service office, which includes videos as well as detailed trail maps with safety information. Of course, there are other military hazards throughout the island that may not be marked. These include many World War II-era structures such as Quonset huts, fuel tanks, and bunkers. Please be particularly careful of Rommel stakes, World War II anti-personnel devices, which may still be hidden under the longer grass. While you're enjoying the rugged landscape of the island, there are 3 ways you can ensure an accident-free adventure. Number 1, stay on the designated trails outlined in the hiking map. Number 2, be aware of your surroundings at all time. And number 3, make sure someone else knows about the plans of your trip. Prior to the transfer of Adak, the Navy began a massive multi-million-dollar cleanup operation. During this operation, cutting-edge technology was used to locate, acquire, and dispose of hazardous materials, including unexploded ordnance, Rommel stakes, and other potentially dangerous substances. Although all known hazards within the city have been addressed, there are still current cleanup efforts in progress. These areas are clearly posted for your protection. They include sites such as the Metals Landfill, which is located between Bayshore Highway and Kuluk Bay and contains old vehicles and scrap metal. Also, other areas of cleanup include Area 303, Arctic Acres Housing Area, and locations south of Runway 18. These and other areas in the city have extensive cleanup systems above and underground, which can be severely damaged by unsupervised digging. If you're required to do any digging within the city limits, you must inform the City of Adak and the Navy before you start. This is because there are various hazards within the city that are located underground. Underground piping is located throughout much of the city and can easily be damaged by digging equipment. Damage to underground cleanup systems is possible if any unauthorized digging occurs. These cleanup systems are continually filtering out and disposing of any hazardous substances that may remain underground. Also, please keep in mind that any digging could threaten to expose contaminants at past hazardous sites that have been sealed and capped. After extensive cleanup operations of both hazardous materials and UXO, in 2004, the Aleut Corporation acquired over 47,000 acres of the northern half of the island. This includes the city of Adak and almost all of the existing structures. Please respect the rights of the property owners by not trespassing unlawfully into buildings or structures. Again, it is the top priority of the landowners and the Navy to ensure the protection both of human health and the environment of Adak. Remember, if you have any concerns regarding unexploded ordnance, the environment, or if you need to do any digging while on the island, please identify this to a local law enforcement person or dial 911. Following the information presented in this video will help make your stay on Adak one that will be memorable for all the right reasons. Please enjoy your stay on this beautiful island known as Adak.